Right at the top of the hour, News Tonight is here once again to bring you what's making headlines. My name is Patricia Lokoma. Let's first look at the top stories. In our top stories tonight, former Uganda Human Rights Commission Chairman Medi Kagwa laid to rest. African countries are urged to look beyond self-interests. New elections proposed as violence rages. And in sports, Water Polo League final due this weekend. My name is Patricia Lokoma. Mgalu Mohammed will be joining us shortly. Now, starting off with the Prime Minister's press unit, Uganda has pledged to continue strengthening its relations with the United Arab Emirates in order to boost trade, investment and prosperity for both. The commitment was made during the 4th Global Business Forum for Africa that took place in Dubai. The Prime Minister, Dr. Ruhakana Rugunda, represented President Yoweri Museveni at his conference. We have more in this report.
The Global Business Forum was organized under the theme Scale Up Africa in an effort to underline the important role of cross-border cooperation in supporting and accelerating Africa's next phase of sustainable economic growth and development. The Prime Minister, Dr. Ruhakana Rugunda, who was accompanied by Uganda's ambassador to UAE, His Excellency Zake Chibedi, met with the Emirates Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, to convey President Museveni's regards and commitment towards continuing the deepening of relations between the two nations. Dr. Rugunda also discussed the available opportunities for investment in Uganda with the high-profile leader. The Prime Minister was also a main panelist on a session dubbed View from the Top during the conference, which was moderated by CNN journalist Elaine Giocosi. The Prime Minister used this session to highlight on the several innovations being undertaken and supported by government in Uganda, including Chira motor vehicle, which he described as Uganda's pride.
To keep up with population growth. Do you think that the tech space and innovation is going to be one of the methods to try and fill that employment gap?
Yeah, there is no doubt innovation is going to be a key to creating these jobs. We already see that in service delivery it has made very positive impact. Young people are already developing various applications, earning money, and creating opportunities. For example, mobile money is widely practiced in Uganda, and people who are not in the banking sector have been included in the banking sector because of mobile money. And the mobile money network has created job opportunities. And this has also extended to other banking facilities like agency banking, which has also given more jobs. So it's a dynamic area where more opportunities are being created.
The chairman of Dubai Chamber of Commerce and Industry, His Excellency Majid Saif Al Gorari, said there is need to embrace the existing trade partnership and relations between UAE and Africa through focusing on facilitating communication, exchange, and exploiting emerging and available opportunities. He said this will boost businesses and the economy.
In less than 1 year time, we will be presented with a major opportunity to take our corporation to the next level, which is Expo 2020. Descending on Dubai, the first World Expo to be hosted in the Middle East, Africa and South Asia region. We are very encouraged by the high number of African countries participating in the mega event and seeing this a sign of growing confidence in Dubai and as a global business hub. For its part, Dubai Chamber is fully committed to facilitating exchange between the UAE and African business community through the variety of initiative and activity. Beyond the Global Business Forum, our international office regularly organized a trade mission joined by African companies that have come to Dubai to explore business while have supported Dubai-based companies that have done the same in Africa.
The Global Business Forum, organized by the Dubai Chamber of Commerce, which brings together heads of governments, ministers, and private sector actors, serves as a catalyst for UAE Africa economic cooperation and business exchange. Since its inception, Global Business Forum Africa has served as a catalyst for UAE Africa economic cooperation and business exchange, which has boosted the non-oil trade between Dubai and Africa, with a steady increment being witnessed in the recent years, which amounted to $37.2 billion in 2018. This trend reflects the expanding trade ties and growing business confidence between the two regions. The Global Business Forum was attended by the President of Liberia, His Excellency George Weah, the President of Zimbabwe, His Excellency Emerson Mnangagwa, among other high-level dignitaries. Doreen Nasasra reporting for UBC News.
Now, the former Uganda Human Rights Commission boss has been laid to rest at his ancestral home in Lufuka village, PJ Town Council in PJ District. In his speech read by Vice President Edward Chiwanuka II, President Yoweri Museveni said that the late Kagwa's respect for ethics enabled him to achieve a lot for Uganda.
The fallen Uganda Human Rights Commission boss, Meddie Kagwa, has been laid to rest this afternoon at his ancestral home in Mpigi district. Kagwa lost the battle Wednesday morning after fainting in his car and later on pronounced dead at Case Clinic, Kampala. The late Meddie Kagwa is remembered for defending human rights in Uganda, among many achievements.
Chairman of the Human Rights Commission. We now Chief Justice, the Chief Chairman of the Justice and Order Sector.
He has devoted his entire life to the service of Uganda. This is evident that he met his death on his way to work, having the previous day participated in handling over the girl child in preparation for commemoration of the World Children's Day.
Sheikh Mustafa Sebagala, the late's brother, thanked government for offering Kagwa opportunity to serve his nation.
For the support once again, both financially and morally, and for everything you've sacrificed for the good of Meddie Kagwa and the family of Abbas Bamranze Chikosi. We pray that the Almighty blesses him with the Jannatul Firdaus.
President Yoweri Museveni, in his speech delivered by Vice President Edward II, asked civil servants to emulate the ethics of late Kagwa to promote development in the country.
He leaves behind an inspiring and valuable legacy of hard work, which should be emulated by all Ugandans, especially the young generation. The nation is therefore mourning the passing of a man who selfishly served his nation in many capacities with utmost commitment.
President Museveni and his vice, Edward II, contributed cash of 10 million and 2 million shillings respectively towards funeral arrangements. The late Meddie Kagwa died at the age of 65 years. Prior to his death, Kagwa had served as the chairperson of the Uganda Human Rights Commission for more than 8 years.
La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, ilaha baki illallah.
Daniel Mugoya reporting for UBC.
May his soul rest in eternal peace. Now to do with issues of UPC meeting police in Kasese district have blocked a meeting organized by the Uganda People's Congress Party, UBC. The UBC party leaders were scheduled to meet at Uhuru 50 Hotel in Kasese municipality in the morning of Wednesday, 21st, to discuss internal party matters with UBC leaders from the Rwenzori region. Let's hear more.
Uganda People's Congress Party UPC has been blocked by police in Kasese district from holding a meeting which the party had organized to discuss internal affairs. The police blocked the meeting pending clearance from the top police leadership in Kasese as provided for in the Public Order Management Act. Police stationed one vehicle at the main entrance of Uhuru 50 Hotel where the meeting was meant to take place. While speaking to the party members, the UPC party president Jimmy Akena stressed that the interruption was basically due to miscommunication between them and police, which was later handled and the meeting continued. He added that the main reason which brought him to Kasese district was to meet Uganda People's Congress members in the Rwenzori region.
Various people who are supposed to handle. So the security establishment within Kasese district were not aware that we were supposed to meet, and they were therefore concerned as to what this meeting was and what the meeting was supposed to take place. But we've been able to sort it out. As you can see, the meeting has kicked off. I had a meeting with the RDC, the RPC, and the relevant those within the security establishment, and we have cleared the meeting to go ahead. It's unfortunate we lost a bit of time, but we've been able to resolve it so that we can actually hold this.
The Rwenzori East Public Relations Officer Vincent Tresija said they are the ones who wrote to the police seeking for security, adding that they deployed on their request.
Uganda People's Congress, UPC, echobufuzi nga basaba obukuumi kubanga balina meeting kubaze tuita consultative meetings.
Report compiled by Moses Mutabali for UBC TV in Kasese.
Now a bit of sad news here. A heavy stone has collapsed on a woman in Kasese, killing her instantly. Melina Bira, 58, met her death last evening at around 7 p.m. following a heavy downpour in the village of Mohokia sub-county in Kasese district. It is reported that the stone collapsed on the house she was residing in. Lawrence Bwambale, the village chairperson, says that the stone hit Melina on the head, leading to serious bleeding and her death. He called on government to give them tree seedlings to plant on hilly areas as one way of mitigating such natural calamities.
Libali lirugiraho lyaseremuka lyahika munju lyateramuka ikuru lyaferaho na saa zino tugenda kuzika. Hati ntusaba gavumenti tuyambe tuletere miti no kutugiteka amasozi no kutufuna obusingi. Esizoni eno yona enjora negwa nyingi. Ekizibu nicho ekyo nikyaleka ibali lyakoraki lyaseremuka kuika lyateramuka ikuru wange.
Well, may her soul rest in eternal peace. Now, in issues to do with the by-elections, the Electoral Commission Thursday started its nationwide update of the voters' register ahead of the 2021 general elections, while flagging off the team which is going to conduct the updates at their offices in Kampala. The Electoral Commission chairperson, Justice Simon Mujenyi Byabakama, said that the exercise will be conducted at the update stations starting today, that is till 11th December, starting 21st November to 11th December 2019. Let's hear more in this report.
Is that it cannot work alone in the conduct or managing an election or elections. We need all the people of Uganda of goodwill. We need all the stakeholders to participate. So it is in that spirit that today we are handing over the flag to the team that is going to participate in this update exercise. I thank you. In any case, my understanding is that when you are doing something, you do it in accordance with the existing legal framework. If they say in January 2020, Ugandans will start driving on the right, you tell people, start practicing now how you are going to drive on the right in 2021. No, you'll be breaking the existing law. So you wait for that time when the law that advocates for that kind of change comes into effect and you act accordingly. Similarly, we cannot wait for the reforms which are not yet in place. There are laws governing all the activities that we are carrying out now. Those laws have not been amended, or they have not been deferred until another certain time. So for us, we are perfectly, in any case, if you wait and wait and wait, then you are creating a crisis for the country. Why not wait for the electoral reforms?
Now, the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, has urged developing countries to adopt new specific approaches in order to realize sustainable development aspirations. LC Atufua, the UNDP country representative in Uganda, says that young people with new innovative ideas should be incorporated in the new trend of development. She was speaking at the official launch of the Accelerate Labs in Uganda, which aims to boost development in developing countries.
The UNDP Accelerator Lab in Uganda is part of the global initiative to build a network of 60 country accelerator labs as the largest and fastest global learning network on development challenges. UNDP urges developing countries to reinforce locally sourced solutions at a scale while mobilizing young people and dynamic private partnership.
The 2030 Agenda presents a paradigm shift that requires a different way of framing development issues and solutions to the contemporary challenges that our nations face. This is because these development challenges are persistent, complex and dynamic.
And youth, this has been said before by both Elsie and Maxime, and I can only join them in making the appeal that we use this new tool, this new method, to enable those 500 to 600,000 young Ugandans who come to the job market every year and who will not automatically and necessarily find the correct jobs.
The official launch was graced by the Minister for General Duties in the Office of the Prime Minister, Mary Kalolo Klut, who guarantees government's readiness to adopt modern technologies to boost the socio-economic well-being of the population.
We are very, very pleased indeed, and we are eager to work with UNDP, to work with the private sector, to work with communities and development partners in accelerating the attainment of the sustainable development goals that ultimately contribute to this nation's economic development.
These development labs are to be decentralized in different parts of the country and in African countries.
Can deliver solutions on the issues which lie at the heart of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. We need to deliberately equip our youth with skills that we...
The strategy is expected to create a network of country accelerator labs and offer a unique opportunity to test new approaches for addressing complex development issues. Abdul Nasir Lubwama and Robert Onyango for UBC News.
The lab in Uganda.
Now over to our very own Uganda Broadcasting Corporation. UBC has partnered with Good Products Group Company Limited to spearhead the fast TV shopping venture in the country. According to the agreement, the company is to be marketing channel to only, it should be a marketing channel to only gazetted specific zones, and it is to last for about 10 years. The Deputy Managing Director, Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, Maurice Mugisha, says that this initiative will offer opportunity of first-hand information of the products to our viewers.
Initiation. Instead of you going to a shop to buy a product and first ask about it, somebody else has already given you the necessary information about that product on television. Now, TV shopping allows you get the details about a product you're buying, but also provides you access to the different products that are being manufactured by a different given company. Contract is about is to provide a platform for good products, which actually will be only marketing products manufactured in Uganda. The viewers of UBC would actually have the first right information on the product. Secondly, there will be promos running given the period from which you have watched that product. So today, if we market, for example, a mobile phone and say that this mobile phone can be accessed at the following shops in Kampala. However, if you go with this code 611 that you have seen here in UBC, you will get 5% discount on that product. So that's the concept of TV shopping.
Thank you. Thank you.
Quite interesting. We're going to take a short break and return with more news. Stay with us.
This weekend on UBC.
My name is Nkaiv Hannington, winner of the NSSF Friends with Benefits Season 2.
Congratulations, Hannington!
I used my winnings to boost my agricultural production and give a chance to the people in my community to work.
So join us this year for the third season of the NSSF Friends with Benefits, as 16 Ugandans share inspirational stories on how they use their NSSF benefits to do life-changing things. So tune in every Sunday with your hosts, Gaetano and I, and special new host, Uncle D. It's another incredible display. It's the NSSF Friends with Benefits.
And that's not all. You have the power to vote for your favorite stories to win up to 55 million shillings, just like Huntington. This show is brought to you by NSSF, a better life. This weekend on UBC.
Vivian, my name is Carol. Hammam Spa. I'm going to do your facial. It will leave you glowing, looking nice, and refreshed. You're going to start with cleansing your skin.
There are those people who just want to relax and be pampered. A facial is essentially a multi-step skin treatment that is one of the best ways to take care of your skin. A facial cleanses, exfoliates, and nourishes the skin.
Brought to you by
Hammam Spa and Salon is located at Fairway Hotel. For bookings, contact us on 0414-671-775 or 0701-323-212. Hammam Spa and Salon, drift to serenity.
Primary school jangu wekwata ekifo kyo amangu ddala wanootundira ebyamaguzi ebyo ate ono omugattako gw'ekibuga Kampala ng'ennaku z'omwezi 19 Desemba okutuusa nga 23 Desemba guwagiddwa UBC TV, Pepsi Cola n'abanguka mu byefuna ku Star TV emunyenye y'eggwanga.
Welcome back from that short break. News Tonight continues with our next segment, where construction of Bukamba Seed Secondary School in Kalido District is in progress. This is in line with President Yoweri Museveni's manifesto and government's 5-year development plan of establishing at least one secondary school in every sub-county in Uganda.
Number 4 provides for inclusive and quality education for all and promotes lifelong learning. Under the Uganda Intergovernmental Physical Transfers for Results Program, 117 sub-counties in Uganda that were found without a public secondary school were given funds in the financial year 2018-19 to kickstart the process. Bukamba sub-county in Kalido district is among the beneficiaries, where Bukamba Seed Secondary School is now in progress.
And this project cost is 1,900,019,000, and is expected to end to be completed within a year. So by come May next year, it will be completed, and the students will be using these facilities.
The construction package comprises of 4 classrooms, a multi-purpose hall, staff houses, an ICT laboratory, library and science labs, and is expected to be complete by June 2020. Kalido Resident District Commissioner Bile Janat Mulindwa led a team from the Manifesto Implementation Unit of State House that is traversing Busoga region, tracking the progress of manifesto programs.
When we got universal primary education, people were very excited. But after primary education, people would wonder where their children would go. So an opportunity has come for learners that after primary school, you go to secondary. And it is going to be universal, it is free, everybody can join.
And this way we are standing now is a fulfillment of that pledge, which we are all very, very happy about. And we have been impressed. First of all, the community is participating.
His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, for fulfilling his pledge when he was campaigning, he pledged at least every sub-county without a secondary school to get a secondary school, and this is a city school. So we are really so grateful. We thank him very much.
The Minister of Education and Sports has already directed the Education Service Commission to start the process of recruiting substantive staff in the newly constructed seed secondary schools across the country in order to be run according to Minister of Education standards. Bernard Higa, UBC TV, Kalido District.
Now, more schools like those in a country that has been having issues with education, especially in the rural areas, we should be calling that a milestone. Now, moving ahead, business and mobility of people in Bukedi sub-region are expected to increase as Tirinyi, Parisa, Kumi Road and that of Palisa Kamonkoli take shape. Construction of about 110 kilometers road commenced last year and is expected to be completed in 2021. From Palisa, here's our reporter Philip Aguta explaining more.
For the first time since Uganda's independence 50 years ago, it's now a reality for one to drive on a tarmac road from Tirinyi through Palisa to Kumi district. Once this road construction is complete, it will not only connect the districts within Bukedi, but will also be an alternative route for those traveling from Kampala to Soroti.
This project started in March 2018. It has a contract period of 36 months. And so far, we are at a physical progress of 38.5%. This is for Lot 1. And for Lot 2, it is at a physical progress of 35%.
According to our program, we're already on schedule right now. And we are planning to deliver this project on time, as usual.
Palisa residents have commended government for fulfilling its commitments on the road.
The road had been a promise that every elective season had made the highlight. And I am proud and happy to say that the people of Palisa are very happy with the government.
The road construction is part of the various pledges made during the 2016 general elections.
All the implementing agencies, as far as their commitments are concerned, they have put in every effort to make sure that the commitments are there. And like you see, even this tarmac road, although this road was becoming a political issue because it has been a promise for even within the last manifesto, the Parisa Tirinyi, Parisa Kamonkori, and by maybe next year or by close of year, we could be having the road open.
You see, improving access to clean water was among the pledges that have been completed under Kasoda Water Project.
The project was started in 2017, yes, and it was completed this year, 2019, in March.
The Manifesto Implementation Unit from Office of the President is in Eastern Uganda, assessing progress of the NRM Manifesto.
Most of other commitments to do with the hospitals, education sector, to do with the agricultural sector and the energy sector, they are really on track. And
for UBC TV News, I am Philip Aguta in Palisa.
Even the Bible says when you make a promise, you must deliver. Usually politicians have an issue of promising a lot and delivering nothing. But we can say different right now about this. The manifesto seems to be manifesting. Now, 3 districts, Mbale, Manafwa, and Bulambuli in eastern Uganda are benefiting from the integrated landscape management project. The project aims at helping farmers in the mountainous Elgon region to improve on food production, tackle land degradation, and at the same time mitigate the negative impacts of climate change.
The integrated landscape management project being implemented by the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries is greatly transforming lives of farmers in the districts of Mbale, Bulambuli and Manafa. The project targets to help farmers in the Mount Elgon region to address the challenge of land degradation, increase food productivity per unit area, improve farmers' incomes, but also mitigate the negative impacts of climate change.
Our partner, that is Narrow, we are procuring for them tree species that are fast maturing and indigenous in nature, in that are multi-purpose for firewood, for timber, for shade, and also for mulching purposes. But the most important thing is we're also looking at riverbank restoration. We're also providing the trees for riverbank restoration. And of course, in the bylaw, that component is captured on how many meters they have to work out of the riverbank.
Under the integrated landscape management project, the farmers are taught techniques of utilizing small pieces of land to produce a variety of crops through intercropping and land fertility management by applying fertilizers and organic manure. The farmers confess that the project has helped them to improve on their household incomes.
Especially our land had been eroded so much. There had been a lot of water running this down the hill, and it collects to make it to sweep the water, making holes, hollow places, just pits. But nowadays, even the running water along the road is no longer there, because these contours they have been dug up the hill there. It captures the water which runs, so the water now is controlled. The soils are now okay. Even the crops are now doing very well.
There is also the climate change investigations, whereby they are able to plant trees in their road lots and agroforestry trees in their gardens, of which it wasn't there at that time.
The integrated landscape management project is being implemented by the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries with support from the Global Environment Facility through the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP. Adiana Kute, UBC.
The platform which will be established.
National Water and Sewerage Corporation is to establish regional training hubs with the intention of retooling its technical staff. According to the Managing Director, National Water and Sewerage Corporation Engineer Silva Mugisha, the retooling exercise is expected to upgrade the staff capacity to match the contemporary industrial revolution economy.
While passing out 323 staff after completion of the retooling course, the Managing Director, National and Sewerage Corporation, Dr. Engineer Silva Mugisha, said it is imperative for organizations to train their staff in order to move in tandem with the overchanging innovation world.
Innovation is not about this training. Innovation is something which improves the technology that you are using to deliver services to customers. So that's why I talked of increasing the scope of training. Right now we are training people in plumbing, we are training people in customer advisory services, but we need to go beyond that and maybe go to also IT, go to finance.
Mugisha says the corporation is to establish regional training hubs to impart new technologies to its staffs to meet the overlapping service demand to all Ugandans.
Institution which is growing like this, like National Water, you cannot grow sustainably and improve sustainably without continuously training the people. So if in 3 years you have trained 800, you can see that the rate at which we are increasing the number of technicians is much more than the rate at which we are training them. So we want to increase the number of training institutions, one for the West, one for Central, one for Northeast, so that we can be able to increase the capacity to train our people.
The National and Sewerage Corporation Board Chairman, Engineer Christopher Ibal, cautioned the retooling course graduates against complacency, urging them to exhibit necessary expertise at work.
I want to make sure when you go back to your work, you are now more effective and efficient in what you are doing. Customer care, that's one of our biggest challenges. And you are at the forefront of all national activities. Go and make a difference. Make sure you become an expert in your area where you have acquired the knowledge and the skills.
The assessment was conducted by the Directorate of Industrial Training under the Ministry of Education and Sports.
I encourage some of you, you should also be multi-trained. You can be an industrial plumber, at the same time you can be a customer advisor. So, and with this training, I expect many of you to rise up in the ladders.
The retooling based in the fields of electromechanical technician level 3, industrial plumbing, customer service advisors, and workers past level 3 and 2. Abdul Nasir Luwama and Robert Onyang for UBC News.
Now, in the education sector, government has been advised to make co-curricular activities examinable in order for them to be embraced by both parents and learners. This was at Chidawalime Preparatory School, while at Namagunga Girls Boarding Primary School, parents have been tasked to lead exemplary religious lifestyles to benefit their children.
With most schools are through with examinations, the focus has now turned to various activities like music, dance and drama at some, while others have embarked on sports and religious activities. At Kidawalime Preparatory, it's music, dance and drama that has been embarked on. However, the school director, Matthias Kibuka, cites various challenges like funding and societal attitude that need addressing.
Some of these practical subjects need funding, but the funding that is available, especially from government and the parents, may not be sufficient to run both the curriculum, the practical curriculum and the academic curriculum. And two, the society in which we are is evaluating a successful kid as the one who has excelled in academics. That is very dangerous.
At Namagunga Girls Boarding Primary School, administrators have used this post-examination period for religious purposes. Here, more than 200 pupils have received the Holy Sacraments of Eucharist and Confirmation during Holy Mass, led by Bishop Christopher Kakoza of Lugazi.
abasajja nabo balina okugezaako okulaba nga abaana bano tebaddirira mu byeddiini bagendenga nabo okusoma ku Sande basomenga essaala okumakya ezakawungeezi ababeerere.
The school head teacher, Sister Babidi Asumpta, advised the parents to ensure their children avoid a switching of religion.
Please, parents, don't allow your daughters to be swayed from one religious denomination to another. As today, because of the so many forces, it is your responsibility as parents to guide the daughters remain firm in their Catholic faith.
The Holy Catholic Church has 7 sacraments, with the others being baptism, reconciliation, anointing of the sick, marriage, and holy orders. John Barnes, Centam, reporting.
Welcome to the business desk. Now, the Dubai Air Show has climaxed Thursday afternoon in the United Arab Emirates, leading to its billing of facilitating mega aircraft contracts. At this year's show, contracts worth billions of dollars were signed between airliners and major aircraft manufacturers. Let's hear more from Samuel Senono.
Dubai World Center has for the last 4 days been the spot for aircraft manufacturers to showcase their latest creations and innovations to potential buyers. This year's expo saw over 1,000 exhibitors showcased both on static and aerial aerobatic displays. American plane manufacturer Boeing displayed these 787, 9 and 10 variants of the Dreamliner in a bid to salvage their reputation, which suffered hugely following the grounding of the 737 MAX aircraft. The MAX, which was Boeing's fastest-selling aircraft, has been grounded since March this year following fatal crashes of Lion Air and Ethiopian Airlines, leaving over 200 dead. These safety issues dominated most of Boeing's press conferences.
We know the expectations are very high for us, as they should be. And we are committed to this mission to restore the confidence of our customers and of the flying public in Boeing. We're dedicated to this mission of safety and quality and integrity. That's who we are as the Boeing company.
Nevertheless, 5737 MAX planes were firmly ordered at the show, and Air Ghana ordered for 3 787-9 Dreamliners to resurrect its national carrier. However, this was not the case with their rivals, the European aircraft manufacturers Airbus. Airbus leaves this year's show with a busy order book. They also unveiled the first ever electric plane, nicknamed White Lightning.
The airplanes that you see around us are going to be eventually electric powered. Of course, that's the beauty of where Airbus got involved, because they, of course, realized that this is going to be the future of aviation. And the technology really begins on this sort of a platform, on a very small test race platform. This is where we can prove and test some of the technologies and do a lot of the learning that's going to contribute to electric propulsion in some of the larger airplanes like you see behind.
For the air display, it was Airbus's A330-800 Neo, which also happens to be Uganda Airlines' choice of aircraft for the long-haul flights. Closing the show with the air displays, it was the Patrouille de France flying the MR 2000 and F-16. The climax was by UAE's Alphason on a fly past with the American-made Lockheed Martin F-35, gushing the UAE national colors.
And a beautiful Expo 2020 livery of the A380 shining in the sun here at Dubai.
The Dubai Air Show ends on a high, with many airliners firming up orders worth billions of dollars, with different aircraft manufacturers present here. This show has also ushered in groundbreaking technologies aimed at making flying safe for humans, but also cognizant of the environment. Samuel Senono, reporting for UBC TV News at the DWC in the United Arab Emirates.
It's quite a beautiful air show. Still in business, tax administrations in Africa have been urged to embrace technology regarding data analytics, as it provides opportunity to gain better insights into the operations of taxpayers. This was observed at the conclusion of the 4th International Conference of the Tax in Africa, ATOF, organized by the African Tax Administration Forum, the 4-day meeting in Kampala, which highlighted the importance of harnessing technology in order to improve tax systems.
We have come to the end of these brilliant discussions on how best to align our tax administration systems.
African countries must look beyond self-interest and work together on the challenge of taxing the digital economy. This was observed at the closing ceremony of the 4th Africa Tax Administration Forum on the theme Innovation, Digitizing and Harnessing Technology to Improve Tax Systems.
We have all agreed that tax administrations are facing many challenges in defining the key details relating to the digital economy. However, like His Excellency the President of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, said, every digital access leaves behind digital footprints that can be traced back to the user, and therefore a good start towards formulating appropriate policies that will increase domestic revenue mobilization should perhaps be looking at how we can trace the digital footprint.
We cannot be complacent or rest on our laurels as we are confronted with the challenge of the digital era and what is commonly referred to as the 4th Industrial Revolution.
As most enterprises globally go digital, it is relevant for the tax administrators to keep pace with electronic transformations.
Africa, with its young and vibrant population, must aim to harness technology for economic growth and take advantage of the 4th Industrial Revolution. These new technologies, including the very commonly quoted blockchain, provide opportunities to create a new African approach to levying and collecting taxes, to make the African voice not only heard, but to lead and drive the global tax change.
Although innovations such as digital transactions, exploitation of data, and digital platforms complicate tax collection and enforcement of tax laws, the digital space, on the contrary, presents immense opportunities for tax administrations to use technology to improve service delivery.
Africa should exploit the opportunities digitalization presents to enhance economic growth and to enhance trust and transparency in tax and government systems. We have the capacity to exploit these opportunities to develop innovative tax administration solutions for enhancement of tax collections and voluntary compliance.
The meeting unanimously agreed that as a result of digitization, African countries will be able to apply value-added tax or goods and services tax on digital services acquired by their citizens from suppliers outside their jurisdiction. Dennis Ikoa for UBC Business.
In sports, Uganda Swimming Federation will this weekend conclude its Water Polo National League with action at Games Cambridge International School, Butabika. According to the National Water Polo League Director Eric Kisero, the rules of engagement are that the first plays second for the gold, while the third dates fourth in the bronze medal final of this 4-team league. Thus, as it stands, Makere and Budo will play for third and fourth, while Seta and Altona will vie for the top slot. Most focus will be on Seta versus Altona game, in which Seta will look to players like Daniel Chambade, Peter Uchen, Pine Tumwine, and Ronald Kituuka. And then Alton that completed the season as the top-ranked team have Amos Baka, Felix Mukunzi, Rachel Galinda, and Brian Kisache to pick for this ultimate game that many are expecting to be exciting. And in Sekafa Women, Uganda has lost its first game in the ongoing Sekafa Senior Women Championship. The Crested Cranes lost to Kenya 3-0 in a thrilling game played as the last game, Group B game, at the Chamazi Stadium in Tanzania. Goals from Mwanalima Jereko, Masiario, and Gentrix Shilangwa took Kenya to the top of the group, with Uganda qualifying to the next round in second position. Uganda's loss came in as surprise after their impressive run in group stages, where they defeated Djibouti 13-0. Hosts and defending champions Tanzania topped Group A with 9 points, winning all their group games. Uganda will now face defending champions Tanzania in the first semi-final game, while Kenya will face Burundi to determine the teams that make the finals. And in the Uganda Premier League, it looks like it has returned this Friday with 2 games at hand. Vipers, who top the table, travel to Zira to face Maroons FC, while Police FC play Proline at the StarTimes Stadium in Logogo. Vipers will be looking to return to winning ways after slipping against KCCA FC. Vipers meet Maroons for the 13th time of asking, with the visitors in command, having won 8 times and drawing 4. However, it won't be an easy task for Vipers, since the Maroons are an improved version and currently sit 7th on the league table. The Prison Warders have managed to win just 1 of the last 6 games against Police at home. Police, on the other hand, that faces Proline, are equally matched, promising an entertaining game. Well, as we sign out, let's have the recap on our headlines. In our top stories, former Uganda Human Rights Commission Chairman Medi Kagwa is laid to rest. African countries are urged to look beyond self-interests. On the international scene, new elections proposed as violence rages. And in sports, Water Polo League final is due this weekend. That's it from us. Once again, my name is Patricia Lokoma Mugalu Mohammed, there on sign language. It has been a pleasure since 8 o'clock. Thank you so much for keeping it with us. It's a good night from us, but UBC TV continues. Stay tuned.
Hello, Uganda! We introduce to you the first and ever My Right to Play Christmas Kids Festival 2019. Let the kids feel the Christmas Eve on the 21st of December at the Legend Sports Ground in Lugogo. Entrance is 10,000 shillings only and parents free. Bring your child and have an opportunity to play, sing, dance and discover their talents. Mujje tuyingira amazaalibwa nga abato basanyusa bato bannaabwe. Muleete abaana bammwe banyumirwe, banywe, bazanye. Kino kigenda kubeera kijjabe. Proudly sponsored by Legend Sports Ground, UBC TV, Star TV, U24 TV, Star FM, Magic 100 FM, UBC Butebo, Marketing, UMC Victoria Hospital, and Ideas Workshop. Bw'oba oyagala omwana wo okuyimba, kuba ku ssimu eno.
We are going to pass off. The God who opens doors is going to open doors for you.